This is a full story. Kitten wishes you all a happy and enjoyable story. I only opened a shabby little shop. Never imagined a beautiful woman would come and ask me to take her in. She claimed she was the heiress of the H group, that she had run away from home, and swore she would never use a cent of her family's money. So you just feel entitled to eat my food, drink my drinks, and treat me like your free labor. I will pay you back. Hey, who would believe you? I let out a bitter laugh. Well, then I'll thank you in advance. On the left, my ex-girlfriend making things difficult. On the right, a spoiled heiress to look after. My heart was truly exhausted. Until one day, she stopped in front of me, driving a brand new Mercedes. Rocky, I've come to fulfill my promise. What? No way is this bizarre reversal really happening to me. The work stress was too much, so I quit on the spot and opened a little convenience store under my apartment. But my girlfriend wanted to break up. Rocky, what future can you give me? Running a tiny shop. Can you afford an apartment inside the Manhattan Midtown Loop? Do you have a $100,000 car? Let's break up. Alice's tone was awful. I knew she was just speaking her mind, and everything she said was true. But what could I do? I had just spent 3 months acting like a dog. I sat in front of my store drinking heavily, feeling depressed. I sent her a voice message. Alice, have you had dinner? All I got in return was a red exclamation mark. Before I could feel sorry for myself, a swaying figure blocked my view. She lost her balance and sat down next to me. I stared at her blankly. The moment she lifted her head, I was stunned. If Alice was the flamboyant type, then the woman before me was a delicate, gentle beauty. Miss, you've drunk too much, haven't you? I could smell the alcohol on her even stronger than on me, and I was shocked. Who are you calling miss? I am the heiress of the H group, but I don't want to go back and have an arranged marriage, so I ran away from home. How about this? You let me work as your assistant for a while, and one day I will repay you. You can have anything you want. I laughed at myself. I want a car and a house. Can you afford that? No problem. She agreed so readily. I was dumbfounded, because from that day on, she really moved into my place. I should be glad my apartment had 2 bedrooms, but ever since Haley arrived, the master bedroom became hers, and I moved into the tiny room. Whenever I was careless, Haley would scream, "Oh, Rocky, can you not leave your clothes on the sofa? I have OCD." Haley was hysterical. Miss, are you planning to turn this into your long-term hotel? Hurry up and go home. I've taken you in for a week already. You eat my food and drink my drinks, and still complain about me. Do you want me to beat you up? I forced a smile, sighed, and obediently picked up my jacket. Haley instantly returned to her refined demeanor. Rocky, you know, I must prove to my family that I don't want this arranged marriage. I have to resist to the end. I had looked up the H group, but there was almost no information about their heiress, based on just her last name and the way Haley lived. I really didn't believe she was some heiress. Otherwise, why would she be so content with my simple meals? Rocky, what are we having for lunch today? That barbecue pork ribs you made last time were amazing. Even someone like me who hates fatty meat could eat some. You cook so well. Come be my chef at home later. I'll pay you $100,000 a month. After observing you for a week, I really think you're a great person. Haley started praising again. She was wearing my sweatshirt, her bare legs strolling back and forth in front of me. Only someone like me, a pathetic man fresh out of a 3-month humiliation, could feel nothing at all. If it were any other man, she would have been in trouble by now. Even eating can't shut your mouth. I grumbled as I served her rice. Maybe because I'd been bossed around by my ex, I couldn't help but prepare everything for Haley. I had just started eating when I got a text. It was from Alice. Rocky, why don't we meet? I bought movie tickets. Come to the same mall as last time. I shot up from my chair, typing furiously. All right, wait for me. I'm coming now. I grabbed my jacket, and before leaving reminded Haley, put the dishes in the sink after you finish eating. I'll wash them tonight. Okay. Haley was happily scrolling on her phone. I rushed to the mall by taxi. Alice must have changed her mind, realized I was the one who truly cared for her. But she hadn't removed me from her blacklist for a whole week. Why would she suddenly reach out? Did something happen to her? I grew increasingly nervous. When I arrived, I called her immediately. After a moment, she picked up. Rocky, you didn't actually come, did you? Ha 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 ha, I was joking. There was noise in the background. Clearly a KTV or a bar. Alice, it was just a dare. Your ex really came here. Isn't that a bit too much? Whatever. Invite him over if you want. Then Alice's indifferent voice came through. No need, no need. We're just having fun. He's my little lapdog. If I told him to come, of course he would. I didn't listen to the rest. Somehow I found the courage to hang up, and I blocked her number. That moment, the cold wind on my face wasn't as cold as my heart. I bought some snacks and beer. When I got home, I saw Haley had opened my treasured red wine. Rocky, I washed the dishes. Can I have a little drink? I was startled and rushed to the kitchen to check. Seeing all the dishes perfectly arranged, I was even more shocked. Are you sure you didn't hire a cleaning lady? Haley looked annoyed. Come on, Rocky. I just never did this before, but I can learn from Google. My brain works fine, okay? To have me personally clean the kitchen. You're the first one. Haley lifted her glass and drank. My feelings were complicated. It's just wine. Let her drink. What could be worse than me? Rocky, you know, my stepmother wanted me to marry someone I don't love, just so her son could benefit. Why should I have to do an arranged marriage? That huge company can't run without me. Haley opened the beer I brought back and started chugging it. I didn't stop her, because this was the first time she'd talked about about her family. Haley, even a rich heiress has troubles. I didn't question her identity anymore. Real or not, did it really matter? Of course, I have so many problems I can't solve. But when I met you, I felt you were honest and really kind. You left in such a hurry today. Did something happen? If you need money, just tell me. When I go home, I'll give it to you. Haley cheerfully clinked glasses with me. I did want it yesterday, but today I don't anymore. You can't avoid going home forever. Your family must want the best for you, except your stepmother. I thought for a moment and said, anyway, since you're living here, you can't just eat for free. Tomorrow you're coming to the store to work with me. Work? You want an heiress to work? Haley looked at me in disbelief and flatly refused. When I first quit my job and opened this shop, I also thought about asking Alice to help me run it. She didn't have a job either. If she came to manage it with me, the money we earned could have been our wedding fund. What a simple, nice life that would have been. But no matter what I said, she refused. Her attitude was even worse than Haley's. She even posted a TikTok video mocking me. Guys, have you ever seen a man ask his girlfriend to be a cashier? But she deleted it almost instantly. I guess she forgot to block me from seeing it. I clearly invited her to be the boss's wife, but in her mouth everything was twisted. The next morning, Haley got up earlier than me, yawning. Come on, I really want to see what kind of work you think is worth having me do. I grabbed her arm, half laughing. Come on, I was joking. Just stay home and rest. At least she had the intention to try. But Haley insisted. She wanted to come learn how to work the register and stock the shelves, to help me watch the store. Boss Rocky, this is my first job ever. Please take care of me. Haley wore the shop uniform and bowed to me. Her skin was so fair, her smile so sweet. In that moment, she looked even more radiant. At least she brought a bit of light into my dull life. Miss Heiress, I'm just running a tiny shop. When it's time to eat, just come with me. Otherwise, you can sit there and play on your phone. I busied myself arranging the goods, telling her to rest on the side. But Haley refused. No matter what I did, she insisted on helping. She really didn't know much, but she learned quickly, and she was more enthusiastic than I was, greeting every customer with a bright smile. Hey beautiful, do you have a boyfriend? Can I get your WeChat? I turned around for a second and saw Haley being approached by someone. I recognized him, a local thug who was notorious in the neighborhood. He came here 3 or 4 times a week, always with different girls, and every time, he would stock up on those little boxes by the register. I frowned and was about to step in, but I saw Haley smiling as she pointed at me. Sorry, I'm already married. My husband owns the shop. I almost tripped over myself. Married, and he didn't even buy you a diamond ring. So stingy. Why don't you divorce him and give me a chance? The thug grinned, baring yellow teeth. Sorry, I'm already pregnant. I only want to be with my baby's father. Haley politely refused again. She put her hand on her flat stomach, as if there was really a little life growing inside. Heaven knows, I hadn't even touched her leg. My ears burned red, meeting the thug's frustrated, speechless stare. He left eventually, but he seemed convinced that such a good woman had been wasted on a pig like me. Miss Heiress, next time can you use a different excuse? Otherwise, everyone will think I'm a scumbag. You're pregnant, and I didn't even buy you a ring. Then you do know you still haven't bought me a ring. Haley teased with a bright smile, but our smiles froze, and we awkwardly turned away to mind our own tasks. Just then, an unwelcome guest arrived. Alice walked in wearing high heels. Rocky, hello miss. Is there something you'd like? Haley asked politely. Can't you see I'm here for the owner? Mind your own business. Alice gave Haley a sidelong glance, not taking her seriously at all. Haley saw me coming out, said nothing, and quietly stepped outside. I wanted to explain something, but when I opened my mouth, no words came out. Seeing Alice's smug expression, my face went cold. What do you want? Alice widened her eyes. Rocky, is that how you talk to me? I only ignored you for a little while, and you've already moved on. If you had gone back to a proper job, found something with prospects, and not stayed here in this pathetic shop, would I have ever broken up with you? So it was all my fault after all. Then you can leave. I've thought it over. I shouldn't stand in your way to find happiness. Let's part on good terms. I waved my hand, not wanting to keep talking. Rocky, you liked me for so long, and now you claim you don't. You think I, Alice, am an idiot. It's because of that woman, isn't it? Alice suddenly turned to glare at Haley, who was restocking outside. Haley frowned. You dumped him. What does that have to do with me? What are you going to do? Blame it on the Pacific Ocean too. I never realized Haley could talk back like this. It's just this pathetic little shop. Does it really need a cashier? Let me guess. Rocky told you to help out here. Then when you two get together, you can use this money to get married, right? Alice sneered, like she had it all figured out. Alice, enough. Wasn't it enough to humiliate me last time? I cut her off. She glared at me. I was only joking. Why did you take it so seriously? And now you're defending her, being mean to me for her sake. Rocky, you're unbelievable. Haley suddenly set down her box, looking Alice straight in the eye. Boss Rocky only let me work here because he pitied me. Not everyone is as greedy as you. He isn't just running a small shop. This is your future you're insulting. And you miss. What exactly do you do for a living? Or is your family so rich that you wear a $10,000 fur coat and carry a $20,000 purse? If so, then yes, Boss Rocky is beneath beneath you. At that, both Alice and I froze. I had bought her clothes, but never anything so expensive. Her family was poor, and she refused to work, so I had supported her all along. Even after we broke up, she never once cried poverty. Instead, she kept asking me out to dinner. Do you hate pretty women or something? Not everyone needs to work here for $3,000 a month. Alice's sharp voice rang in my ears. I had never noticed before, but now, she disgusted me. How could this be the woman I loved for a whole year? Haley couldn't stand it anymore. She rolled up her sleeves, ready to argue properly, but I held her back. Alice, if you have so much money, go live your life. I won't pay your credit card bills anymore. After all, you don't even want to marry me. So there's nothing left to say. If you don't leave, I can always demand that money back. It must be at least $100,000 by now. If everything I gave you still isn't worth that $200,000 car and a place in the city center, then let's end this. May we both be well. My voice was cold, without a trace of warmth. Alice was stunned, never expecting me to be so blunt. I had been a doormat, sure, but I wasn't a fool. Fine, Rocky. You've grown a backbone. I came here today, and you don't appreciate it, but one day, you'll regret this. Alice was furious, and before leaving, she shot Haley one last glare. Haley looked at me in silence. My ex, don't misunderstand. I'm not that kind of man. I stammered nervously. Even if we weren't close, I had always been sincere with Haley as a friend. I know, but your taste in women really is something else. Haley smirked and went back to stocking the shelves. I knew she was mocking me, but all I could do was smile helplessly. At first, I thought she did not take it seriously, but who would have guessed that after she went to the bathroom that afternoon, she never came back? What kind of bathroom takes an hour? Even if she wanted to go home, she should have at least told me. I kept trying to convince myself. Then I called her, but in the shop, I heard Haley's ring on. She always kept her phone with her, never once letting it out of sight. I locked the shop up and rushed out. The only public bathroom nearby was about 200 meters away. Haley, Miss Heiress. Haley, my heart grew more uneasy. She was an adult. It was impossible for her to get lost, unless it was that thug from this morning. My face turned colder. I ran as fast as I could to the nearest internet CAF. Those punks often hung out there, with no money, no jobs, spending every day trying to pick up girls for pocket money. They could not even afford a proper place to stay. I did not dare to imagine what it meant for someone like Haley, so delicate, to be dragged away by them. The moment I entered the CAF, I heard a few loud voices. I went straight over and grabbed one by the collar. What did you do to that girl? If you dared to hurt her, you're dead. Man, you're leaving your shop unattended and then blaming me because your wife disappeared. She's pregnant. How could I do something that insane? The thug was startled, but he did not get angry. Seeing that I kept staring him down, he swallowed hard. All right, I can help you look for her, but it really wasn't me. The CAF has cameras. We've been here the whole time. Yeah, we were just gaming. Maybe flirting with some schoolgirls, but never messing with a pregnant woman. That's right. Calm down, bro. It's all because our big brother here can't help but hit on pretty girls. They kept talking over each other. Honestly, they did not look like they were lying, but I still asked the CAF manager to check the security footage. If you help me find her, I'll pay you. The thug nodded immediately and told his friends to start making calls. Hey, isn't she your wife? The thug grinned at me, offering me a cigarette, which I refused. Yes, she's my wife. They all followed me out to help look for her. By the time night fell, there was still no sign of Haley anywhere. Man, are you sure she didn't just go back to her parents' place or went home on her own? My heart was beating so fast, I could hardly breathe. I had checked the cameras at home. No one had come back, and the shop was empty too. If she left on her own, she would never have left her phone behind. Could it be that her family had taken her away? Did she go back to get married, forced by her stepmother, to a man she did not love? Just as I was about to call the police, one of the thugs said something that made my whole body turn cold. You sure you don't have some mistress on the side, man? A woman's jealousy is no joke. In our world, if a girl gets hurt, her friends will call people to teach someone a lesson. He took a drag on his cigarette. I immediately pulled out my phone and called Alice 3 times in a row. She hung up. Give me your phone. I used the thug's phone to call, but still no one picked up. The only people I could think of were Alice's fake friends. Hello, Rocky. Well, isn't this a surprise? Why are you calling me? Heard you broke Alice's heart over some mistress, huh? The woman's tone was casual and mocking. I gritted my teeth. It was Alice who broke up with me long ago. My wife is pregnant. If something happens to her because of you, none of you will get away with it. Your wife. Shush, I don't know anything about this. It has nothing to do with me. Her voice suddenly sounded panicked. I understood immediately. This was Alice's doing. That you'll regret this, she said. This was what she meant. You know about it. Don't you understand the law? Helping to cover it up makes you guilty too. If something happens to her pregnancy, you will never have peace again. There was silence. She finally gave me an address and hung up fast. I did not hesitate, waving down a car, but the thugs all climbed in with me. Man, we hate this kind of thing most. It's too much. Since we got involved, we'll see it through. Forget the payment for now. I kept urging the driver, and finally we arrived. It was an underground parking garage, part of an old apartment building that hardly saw any cars. There wasn't even a working light. Man, you go ahead. If anything happens, yell for us. We'll be at the entrance. The thug coughed softly. I turned on my flashlight and ran inside. Haley, it's me, Rocky. Haley. Suddenly, I heard a weak muffled sound. I searched quickly and finally found her in a corner, tied up. Her face was pale, her hair and clothes a complete mess. Haley, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I held her tightly, undoing all the ropes. She clung to my shoulders sobbing. Too thought I'd never see you again. It was so dark in here. Rocky, actually I lied to you. It wasn't my stepmother forcing me to get married. It was my stepbrother. He wanted things with me, so I ran away. And I noticed you long ago. That's why I approached you on purpose. I don't know if you believe in love at first sight, but I don't care. I'm not letting you go. Haley's voice broke into sobs. I pulled her closer, holding her so tight, it felt like she might vanish. Never again. From now on, wherever you go, I'll go with you. I will never let anyone hurt you again, okay? Haley, let's go home. When we came out, the thugs were already gone. I had no energy to think about them. I brought Haley home, told her to take a shower. I went downstairs to buy her clean clothes to wear. When I returned, Haley was curled up on the sofa, wearing nothing but a towel. I swallowed hard. You should put these on first. From now on, wear whatever you like. My clothes don't fit you. I bought the kind of chiffon you said you liked. I handed her the bag. She burst into tears again. Rocky, can I sleep with you tonight? I'm too scared. I don't even know those people. Those two men tied me up and left me there. If it was my stepmother, she wouldn't have known where I was. I held her waist, realizing how slender it was. I could almost encircle it with one hand. I forced myself to look only at her face, gently tucking her damp hair behind her ear. All right, but you have to wear clothes to sleep. I'll dry your hair first. Haley sniffled, finally calming down. She let me dry her hair. Without saying a word, I had a feeling she knew exactly who was behind this. Rocky, Haley, we both spoke at once. Let me go first. I switched off the hairdryer. Haley nodded. We have to call the police. Don't be scared. I'll be with you. We don't bully others. But if someone bullies us, we will hold them responsible. No matter who it is. What if it's your ex? Will you really do it? Haley's voice was small and hurt. My heart felt like it was being cut open. Haley, has no one ever told you? Your safety matters more than anything. Don't ever mention her again. It disgusts me. Haley was exhausted from fear. That night she fell asleep in my arms. She slept soundly. The one who suffered was me. 27 years single. My only relationship treated me like a dog. Holding hands and hugging was already my limit. I did not sleep a single minute. The next morning, with dark circles under my eyes, I was woken up by Haley. Rocky, time to work, time to work. Today we're resting. No work. I could not get up at all. I suddenly sat up in bed and found myself face to face with Haley's little face. Our noses touched, and I was so startled that I fell back onto the bed. What are you doing? Haley's face turned red with embarrassment. I cleared my throat twice. We'll go to the police station first. Take care of everything. Then go to the shop. Haley started laughing softly and nodded. Those thugs came to the shop again that day. Haley was clearly quieter than she had been yesterday. She did not smile so easily anymore. Sis-in-law, you don't know how worried our big brother was yesterday. We were going to follow him and help rescue you, but there was no one inside. So when we saw you were together, we figured we wouldn't butt in. He looked for you from dawn to dusk, didn't rest for a single moment. He was really scared for you. One of them picked up the most expensive little box in front of the register and kept staring at me. Don't say anymore. Today, whatever you guys buy, it's on me. I'm the one who troubled you all yesterday. I sighed helplessly, but my smile was genuine. Even these guys had some conscience. How could Alice have done what she did? Hey, hurry up and thank Big Brother. Thank you, Big Brother. They grabbed things worth about $1,000 and left looking very happy. Haley's face was red. Her eyes kept sneaking looks at me. Rocky, were you really that worried about me yesterday? Did it never cross your mind that maybe I just went home and didn't want to talk to you anymore? I looked at her and nodded seriously, but I thought you wouldn't just leave without a word. You learned how to wash dishes, clean up hair around the house, even learned to fold clothes with me. A girl as good as you. Haley was staring at me hopefully. I continued, would never leave her phone behind. Rocky, you're so awful. Haley stuffed her phone into her pocket angrily, turned around, and started stocking the shelves. I laughed quietly as I watched her because I did not feel safe leaving her alone in the shop. At noon, I took her out for hot pot. Let me tell you something crazy. This is my first time eating hot pot. You know how I have OCD. Strong smells really make me uncomfortable. Haley shrugged as she spoke. Then let's pick somewhere else. You choose. I quickly stopped walking, pulled out my phone to search for other places nearby. No, let's eat here. Since you recommended it, I want to see what it tastes like. Haley giggled and pulled me into the restaurant. Haley's face turned bright red from the spiciness. She kept blowing on the food, but didn't stop eating. This tastes amazing. Rocky, let's come back next time. I nodded and promised her. Watching her eat was actually a kind of pleasure. From time to time, I refilled her glass with cola. Alice came again. Rocky, I swear this wasn't me. I didn't know she was kidnapped. Can't you trust me? Alice's eyes were red from crying. If it wasn't you, how did your friend know the address? After I spoke, Alice's expression changed, but she kept wiping her tears. Maybe I said something that made her misunderstand. She does have a few brothers who are pretty wild, but I really didn't know about this. I hummed twice in response. She said the same thing. Alice, Rocky, forget it. I have nothing more to say to you. There's no proof that I did anything. Maybe I said some things in the morning that made you misunderstand. I just wanted you to beg me to get back together. But since you gave up on us, neither of us should look back." Alice changed her tone quickly, wiped away her tears, and turned to leave the shop. Haley took a sip of yogurt, silent, staring at me. "Miss Heiress, maybe you should go home for a while. Your family could help you sort things out. Don't worry about me." There's nothing left for me to say to her. "Don't put up with this because of me." Haley shook her head immediately. "I'm not going home. I'm staying with you. I don't have a penny to my name. Do you really believe I'm a rich heiress?" Haley looked a little embarrassed, picking at her fingers. She spoke again. "I promised you so many things. What if I can't do any of it?" I just got used to saying it. I put a big box of bread in front of her. "Haley, go stock the shelves." I pretended to be stern. Haley looked a little aggrieved, but she quietly went to move things. Her smile gradually grew brighter. For several days, she didn't slack off at all. It even made me feel embarrassed. "Miss Heiress, if you want to relax, go ahead. I was just teasing you. Don't feel pressured. You can go sit over there and scroll on your phone." I took the goods from her hands and put a piece of cake in her palm. I really was under a lot of pressure. "Really, it's fine. I actually like working." Haley blinked her pretty eyes. Since she came to stay with me, she hadn't worn makeup. Even without any cosmetics, she was already beautiful. Her fair skin looked so nice. "Miss Heiress, won't your family come to look for you? I mean, if they know you're living with me, wouldn't they have a bad impression of me?" I swallowed hard. This was something I worried about too. "You're right. Then tomorrow I'll go home and then come back to find you. Will you really come back?" I looked at her, feeling an unfamiliar nervousness in my chest. "Hello, excuse me, big brother. I'm buying something, time to check out." I heard a familiar voice behind me. I coughed awkwardly, went over to the register, and rang up the thug's items. After he paid, he leaned in and said to me, "Big brother, are you two getting divorced? What about the kid?" "We're not. Stop worrying about it. Just go find a job." All right. When only the two of us were left in the shop, the air grew even more awkward. Haley was picking at her fingers again. "Rocky, I want to eat that hot pot again. Let's go now." I closed the shop and took her there, but this time I held her hand as we walked over. That night Haley left. I sent her messages all night, but she never replied. Thinking about what she had told me about her family, I did not dare to call her. If her stepmother found out and sent her off to a political marriage overnight, I would really cry my eyes out. If that happened, should I just take her and elope? Either way, I could not sleep a single minute that night. The next morning, dazed and exhausted, I went to the shop. If Haley came back, she would definitely come here to find me. But instead of Haley, I saw Alice arrive, with a bald man by her side. "Rocky, I'm about to get married. Soon, we won't even be in the same world anymore. I came to give you my invitation. You have to come. After all, if it wasn't for you, I might never have met my darling." The man next to her smiled lewdly. I couldn't tell if he was truly happy or just thinking something filthy. Maybe he simply looked disgusting. "Rocky, isn't it? Too bad you don't have my money. Young man, come to the wedding. You don't even have to bring a gift. Don't want to make your sad little life even harder." The man patted his belly and grinned. I looked at the invitation in front of me, but I did not take it. Instead, I let out a scornful laugh. "You really don't have any standards. He could be your uncle, can't he? I don't need your invitation. You were the one who said, once we broke up, we'd be strangers. If you came here just to show off, you shouldn't have bothered." I don't feel even a bit of sadness. Alice's expression darkened. She said something to the man and told him to wait outside. Inside the shop, it was just the two of us. "Rocky, to be honest, I regret breaking up with you, but without money, you really can't do anything. So what if he's old enough to be my uncle? He can buy me a car worth $200,000. Can you? But if you want, I can still keep seeing you. I'll use his money to support you." Alice looked at me with soft eyes, but in them, there was something filthy. I said, "Thanks, but no need. My heiress will take care of me. That broke little tramp." "Rocky, how can you be so gullible? She's not some heiress. She doesn't have a cent. Do you think a real heiress would come here to play house with you? You're so naive. It's hopeless." But what I said still stands. Alice smiled and turned to leave. I picked up the invitation and followed her out. "Wait." Alice turned back with a mocking smile. "Changed your mind?" I nodded. "Darling, what did you say to him? Don't upset this kid too badly." The man was drooling as he laughed. I also smiled. "She said she wanted to use your money to support me." I turned her down. "I'm not interested in a woman someone else is already used." The man's face changed instantly. He swung his hand and slapped Alice hard across the face. "You filthy whore. You dare play me." "I didn't. Honey, he's lying about me." Alice sobbed, covering her face. But the man wouldn't listen. He grabbed her and beat her mercilessly. I did nothing to stop it. He spat on her and walked away. "Rocky, I treated you so well, and this is how you repay me. This was the only way we could both get rich. Didn't I love you enough?" "Alice, you shouldn't have laid a hand on Haley. The men you tricked were all fools. But I won't hit a woman. Others don't think the same. So what if Haley has no money? She will do things for me that you never could. She will care about me. And you only ever thought I didn't give you enough. But what did you ever give me? Even when I asked for nothing, you still had to leave." "Alice, maybe we were never meant to walk together. The one I should wait for is Haley." Alice pounded the ground in rage, her voice hoarse as she screamed, "Rocky!" Just then, a sports car pulled up in front of the shop. Haley stepped out of it, arrived. Soon several more cars arrived, and a dozen men in black got out. Rocky, I came to keep my promise. This car is yours, plus 5 villas, as my dowry. Will you marry me? What? My whole body went numb. Alice was stunned too. She had never seen anything like this. Her face flushed bright red, and she tried to run away. But the men in black blocked her path. Alice, you and I have some things to settle. Even though you are my boyfriend's ex, I'm not targeting you. Someone taught me, if anyone bullies you, no matter who they are, you must get revenge. Take her to the police. And those surveillance tapes, I don't care what you have to do. Recover them all. Alice is suspected of kidnapping, along with her accomplices. Do what needs to be done. Haley waved her hand. Alice cried, screaming my name, begging me to spare her. I said nothing. I just looked at Haley. Rocky, I told you, I really am the heiress of the H group. I want to know, why didn't you answer my messages? The tight string in my heart finally relaxed. I just wanted to surprise you. Haley giggled sweetly. It was because of your courage. I told my father everything about my stepbrother. He was sent abroad, and my stepmother. She has to listen to me now. You were right. Real family still loves me. Don't worry. My mother is very rich too. She supports me, so my father will agree to let me marry you. Haley was so happy. She was bouncing up and down, but I felt a bit guilty. Haley, I'm 28. I only have one apartment, no car, just a few thousand in savings. My income isn't stable. Are you sure you don't want to reconsider? Haley's eyes grew serious, but then she suddenly burst out laughing. When you meet my parents, say that again. Don't worry. Even though they're divorced, they're very kind. The most important thing is, I trust your sincerity. You say you have nothing, but you have your little shop. That's the best betrothal gift of all. I pulled the excited Haley into my arms, gently stroked her hair, and kissed her forehead. Then you must never change your heart. Never abandon me. Haley raised her hand. Pinky swear. For 100 years, I won't change. The end. If you like Kitten's story, please follow and like it. Updated every morning at 9 a.m.